Welcome back, friends, to another area in depression that we're going to discuss. And this area is self-compassion. And again, these videos are to help you decrease depression and any associated behaviors that we do not want anymore in our lives, and increase healthy behaviors, right? The ones that we want, the ones that we're struggling to get at times and maybe to create, but maybe just to keep going forward with them. And so hopefully these videos are a reminder to keep going with your efforts in the healthy behavior lifestyle that you want. And of course, to be the best version of ourselves. What's in our mind's eye? Where do we see ourselves in 10, 15, 20, even 5 years? And are we working towards that? Hopefully these videos help with that too. And so this video will be on why self-compassion matters in depression. So welcome to episode 1 of Softening the Inner Critic, a series about self-compassion and depression. If you have been living with depression, you probably know this feeling, the exhaustion of doing too little and the guilt of never doing enough. The way your own mind becomes a battleground, right? Turning a small moments into harsh judgments, really the things we don't want. So here's what I want you to hear today. You are not broken. You are not weak for needing rest, comfort, or kindness. And self-compassion is not a luxury. It's a lifeline for us. So in this episode, we're going to talk about how depression feeds off internal shame, what self-compassion really means, and why kindness to yourself is not giving up, it's learning how to stay. Let's begin by understanding the trap so many of us fall into when we are low. And that is depression does feed on shame. So one of the most painful parts of depression isn't just the sadness or the emptiness. It's the story we start telling ourselves about why we feel this way. It sounds like, I should be over this by now. Everyone else seems to be functioning. Why can't I? I'm a burden. I'm failing. I'm too much. And this is internalized shame, right? This is the belief that struggling means there is something wrong with you, not just with your actual circumstances. But here's the truth. Depression distorts your perception. It makes you believe your suffering is your fault, and that belief can keep you stuck. It traps us in silence, perhaps self-attack, and perhaps in isolation. So to begin healing, you really do need a new voice, not one that denies the pain, because we want to acknowledge that it's there, but we want one that refuses to blame ourselves for it. And so how do we go about this? Well, what is self-compassion really? Maybe we just need to start with that basic term to understand it. So what is self-compassion? It's not toxic positivity. It's not pretending everything is fine. And it's definitely not letting yourself off the hook. Self-compassion is the practice of responding to your own pain the way you would respond to a dear friend in the same situation. So what does this mean? It means that you would say things like, this is hard, and it makes sense that I'm struggling. Or I'm allowed to feel this without punishing myself. Or what do I need right now, not what do I deserve? And according to some research, self-compassion has 3 parts. You've got part 1, mindfulness, noticing your suffering without exaggerating or minimizing it. Part 2, common humanity, remembering that you are not alone in your pain. There's other people with this as well. And step 3, self-kindness, speaking to yourself with warmth, not attack. And when depression says you're worthless, you're going to come back with compassion. And compassion is going to say you're hurting and you do still matter. What's another area that can help us on this journey? Well, we can understand that self-compassion is not weakness, that it's actually safety for us. And so many of us were taught that kindness to ourselves does show weakness, that if we're too soft, we might stop trying, or we might become lazy. But research shows the opposite. It shows that people who practice self-compassion are more resilient, more motivated, better able to recover from setbacks, and less likely to spiral into shame. So why? Well, shame can paralyze us. It keeps you stuck in, I am the problem. Compassion creates safety. And when your nervous system feels safe, your mind has room to reflect, reset, and eventually move forward. So no, kindness to yourself is not an indulgent. It's foundational. And so it's how you begin to rebuild your relationship with yourself from judgment to trust. And that's really what we want, right? And so now to recap on what we went over in this video, we really just want to leave you with this one truth. And that's you're not weak for struggling. You are not broken for needing support, and you are not wrong for wanting relief. You don't need to earn kindness. You already deserved it because, well, you're human and we all deserve kindness. So in the next episode, we'll talk about the inner critic. We're going to talk about how to recognize it, where it comes from, and how to begin creating space between you and the voice that will keep you small. So if this episode resonated with you at all, if I said that correctly, leave a comment below and tell me this. What's one thing you said to a friend who felt like they were failing right now? Then I want you to try to say it to yourself, because you are worth showing up for with softness, with patience, and with grace. And I am so glad that you are here. So now on to the last part of the video that I do like as well. It's where I get to talk about the journals I created and the children's book that I created. These are created with people in mind who need help, who may need that extra worksheet, or just that extra reminder that they're worth something, right? Or the extra reminder that we need to work on ourselves on a daily basis, that everybody really does. And these journals will hopefully help with that. They are not small journals. They're right around 400 pages. And hopefully they have a lot of journal prompts and tools that you can use in your life. So remember, in a world that moves too fast, if you could create space to come home to yourself and help your children do the same, would you? So start with your heart. The self-love, self-discovery, and self-discipline journal is your guided path to clarity, purpose, and showing up for a life that you truly do want. And when that anxiety does rise, meet yourself with compassion. The Anchored in Kindness journal helps you calm your nervous system, understand your patterns, and find peace, one breath and one page at a time. And of course, for those little hearts that you love the most, meet Luna and Bravion the Lion, a magical story that helps children find their courage, listen to their hearts, and trust their own glowing spark. A story of bravery, self-trust, and emotional wisdom. And of course, at the end, there are worksheets for even little ones. They may need your help with them, but here they get to discover their own courage, their own bravery, their own inner spark, and really what can help them move forward in life. So also be on the lookout for more journals and more children's books to come. If you liked this video at all, please like, comment, and share with those who may need it.